What's going on, guys? It is Mock Draft Monday. Let's do another one. Hey, what's going on? I am Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today we are doing a Mock Draft Monday with a Derek Carr trade. Before we get started today, I just wanted to mention you can follow on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. Also, if you haven't already, please make sure to check out the Just Jets podcast. This video is also brought to you by BUSR, the official sportsbook of Matt O'Leary NY. Sign up and use my link, busr.com/Matt, for a 150% match deposit bonus. Divisional round just passed. Wild card weekend already passed. You have the conference championship coming up next Sunday. You want to get in on the action and you want to do your gambling with my favorite sportsbook, BUSR. Sign up using my link. Get in on the action while you can. Definitely make sure to check it out. Okay, so without further ado, let's hop into today's mock draft where we're going to pull up PFF. Why? Because they allow you to trade draft picks in this. And I am going to do the theme for this one as a Derek Carr trade. There were many reports saying that the Raiders are going to do their best to trade Derek Carr before they have to release him. Yes, there's a chance he just gets released, but it feels like as of this second that they are trying to trade Derek Carr. So for this one, we're going to try to trade for Derek Carr, and that is going to be the theme for this guy. So let's hop right into it. 7 round, the Jets. Enter. So before we get started, let's do the trade. Now, the Raiders have pick 7. So player is going to be Carr. I don't know why. For whatever reason, the New York Jets have multiple 6th round picks. So this is the one from Houston, which I believe is used in the, which ended up being used in the trade for James Robinson. So I will trade this one away. Now, this is not really a part of the trade. I just need to get rid of this pick because the Jets are not going to have 2 6th round picks. This is wrong from Pro Football Focus. But really, what I think it would take to land Derek Carr would be like a 3rd this year, maybe a 4th next year. I'm going to put the forced trade on. I don't think it's going to cost a 1st round pick. Maybe it gets up to a 2nd, but I think you could get it for multiple mid-round picks. One in this year's draft, one in next year's draft. Just because of the position they're in. I mean, you look at similar trades, whether it be Carson Wentz or Matt Ryan, when these teams have been kind of shoehorned into having to make a trade, having to trade their quarterback, the value isn't exactly there. It's not going to cost you as much as it would take to land a Lamar Jackson. Rodgers, we haven't done yet. We're going to have to look into that. Maybe that could be next week's theme is an Aaron Rodgers trade, but I would think a 3rd and a 4th and just ditching this pick for Derek Carr seems to make sense. So let's force the trade. Hey, there we go. All right, and now it is time to start the draft. Let's do it. Okay. So on the clock, pick 13. Unfortunately, Paris Johnson goes beforehand. That is a guy that I usually like to land. I think I made it pretty clear. I think it's pretty important for them to land a offensive tackle. Peter Skoronski is someone who could come in and play right away. Some people think that he's going to have to move to guard because of his arm length. People have also complained in the past about guys like Rashawn Slater's arm length. I'm not exactly worried about it. I think he can play tackle or guard at the next level. Draft a good offensive lineman. He's a good offensive lineman. Let's not complicate this. Peter Skoronski's the pick with Paris Johnson off the board. Now, Drew Sanders is there, which complicates things a little bit here. Because I was going to say, after giving up the 3rd rounder, it might be in your best interest to trade back and try to recoup some draft picks. So let's see who is interested. The Packers are at 45, Steelers 49, Seahawks 51, and Chargers pick 53. So could you do something like, all right, let's pick Pittsburgh. So 49 and for 43 and 80? Okay, no, but how about 120? Good sign up for that. Sliding back 6 spots and getting pick 120 as well. Let's see. There we go. Okay. They slide back a few spots, get an extra pick, and Drew Sanders is still on the board. Holy smokes. Look at that. Matt O'Leary moving down the draft board and still being able to get a stud linebacker. And Drew Sanders, thank you very much. Scoop him up. Now it's going to be a little bit while before we're back on the clock here. We have multiple fourths. Okay. A lot of running backs available in a row. Now, safety is going to be a position of need. When is the next time? Pick 120. Safety is going to be a position of need. Interior defensive line, still a position of need. Let's do safety. You can wait a little bit. There's no one. It would be reaching at this point. You might wait. Joe Tippmann is interesting. You could go that way if you don't re-sign McGovern. But maybe we'll do, okay. Let's go Byron Young, interior defensive lineman from Alabama. It worked with Quinnen. Obviously, he's not at that same level, but they need depth beyond that. Let's grab him. And Joe Tippmann's still there. Is it worth it? Should we pull him? Let's pull the trigger on Tippmann. So you get your center anyway in the 4th round. 5th round pick coming up. Still needs safety help. Of these guys remaining, he's not the best looking, but I would think Quindell Johnson would be the play here in the 5th round. Okay. Now, do you want to use this last 6th round pick on depth wide receiver? Do you want to take a developmental quarterback like Clayton Tune? Interior guy here, could have waited there, I suppose. Do you want to go tackle? There's a few. Ricky Stromberg is available, another center. Do you want to double up on safety because you had to wait so long? There's a few different ways that you could really go with this last pick, and it really is a dart throw. So with that dart throw, I guess I'm going to go Ronnie Bell, wide receiver depth. Okay. And then that's our last pick, so we get to see how this thing ended up playing out here in a second. It'll grade my trade for Carr. It'll do the whole 9. Grade each pick. Let's see. Okay. So Skoronski at 13, Sanders at 49. I did not think he was going to be there at 49. I would be surprised if he was there in real life, but hey, guys drop all the time. Traded back 6 spots and picked up another 4th rounder. Then went Byron Young, Joe Tippmann, Quindell Johnson, and Ronnie Bell. And then you traded Carr for a 3rd and a 4th. The 6th, again, was just to burn because the Jets don't have multiple 6th after the James Robinson trade. So they gave me an A- on this. I'm pretty satisfied because these top 2 guys, Skoronski, plug-and-play starter, Sanders, plug-and-play starter. Beyond that, depth, maybe starter with Tippmann, but could be developmental center. And 5th and 6th rounds, you're taking swings at positions where you could use some depth at safety and wide receiver. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I am Matt O'Leary, and I will catch you next time.